welcome to Sports Update on Plus TV Africa. I am Udoka Njoku. 8 days away from the big kickoff of the Russia 2018 World Cup, and we are getting set to enjoy the very best of football. It is also the Russian Language Day, a day established by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that's as UNESCO, in 2010. Well, going straight to the news, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, well, sadly, they lost their final pre-World Cup friendly game against the Czech Republic by a goal to nil. And the only goal of the match was scored by Thomas Callas. And the loss means that Nigeria has not won any game in their last 3 friendly games. They played a 1-1 draw against Congo, a loss to England by 2-1, and the loss to Czech Republic. And football fans across the country had mixed reactions to the defeat and the readiness of the Super Eagles for the World Cup, which starts in a few days. And of course, Nigeria features in Group D, and they have opponents like Croatia, Iceland, and Argentina in Group D. Well, the federal government of Nigeria has fulfilled its promise by handing over the apartments promised to a Dutchman, Johannes Bomfrey, who was a former Super Eagles coach in 1994. The promise was made after Nigeria's victory at the Africa Cup of Nations in Tunisia during the late General Sani Abacha's administration. And Babatunde Fashola, the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, said that redeeming the pledge was a sign of government's commitment to integrity. Bonfrey Joe, as is popularly called, in his response, thanked the federal government for redeeming the pledge made 24 years ago and went ahead to show support for the Super Eagles as he wished them well in the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. In the transfer news, West Ham United has officially confirmed the first signing of the Manuel Pellegrini era, with right-back Brian Fredericks set to join from newly promoted London rivals Fulham on a free transfer. The 25-year-old also was pursued by clubs like Crystal Palace and Newcastle United, but he has put pen to paper on a 4-year contract at the London Stadium and will arrive after his current deal expires on the 1st of July. Still on the transfer news, Aston has confirmed the signing of veteran fullback Stephan Lichtsteiner on a free transfer from Juve, and the Switzerland international becomes the first Gunners signing confirmed since Unai Emery succeeded Arsene Wenger as manager. And he made over 250 appearances for Juve and will win his 100th cap for Switzerland, which he has captained since 2016. And this Friday, it means that if he does play that friendly game against Japan, but if he does not play in that match, Lichtsteiner could mark his century of Swiss caps in the World Cup opener against Brazil on the 17th of June. And Arsenal has confirmed that the length of Lichtsteiner's contract has not been confirmed yet, but he'll be joining the Gunners following the expiration of his Juventus deal this month. And Lichtsteiner will compete with Hector Bellerin for the starting right-back spot in Emery's Gunners side. Diogo Dalot has completed his move from FC Porto to Manchester United. The Portugal under-21 joins on a 5-year deal for £17.4 million and has the option to stay an extra year in his contract. Manchester United need a player in the right-back position to give Antonio Valencia a run for his money, knowing that Valencia needs constant treatment on a knee injury. Well, moving on to tennis, US Open champion Sloane Stephens has moved into her first French Open semi-final after defeating Daria Kasatkina. Stephens will also go on to face fellow American Madison Keys, who she defeated in last year's US Open final. And Madison Keys reached the last 4 of the French Open for the first time after she defeated Yulia Putintseva. And still on tennis, Gabi Muguruza moved a step closer to regaining the title by beating 2-time winner Maria Sharapova in a one-sided French Open quarterfinal. And Muguruza won the French Open title in 2016 and is on the verge of winning it again after she defeated Maria Sharapova and ended the Russian 30th seed's hopes in a 6-2, 6-1 win in 70 minutes. And the reigning Wimbledon champion, who has not dropped a set, will go on to play world #1 Simona Halep, who fought back from a set down to beat Angelique Kerber. And the 2-time finalist Simona Halep remained on course for her first Roland Garros title by beating the German 12th seed. Still on tennis, Novak Djokovic saved 3 match points and missed 3 set points before losing to the world #72, Marco Cecchinato. And the Italian had never won a main draw match at a Grand Slam before this year's Roland Garros. And he goes on to face Austria's Dominic Thiem in the last 4, and we are guaranteed to have at least one first-time Slam finalist in that one. And Cecchinato's opponent, Dominic Thiem, reached his 3rd Roland Garros semi-final with a straight-set win against Alexander Zverev. And Cecchinato is the first Italian to reach a Grand Slam semi-final since 1978. The National Basketball Association and the National Basketball Players Association say the NBA Africa Game 2018, which is the NBA's third game in Africa, will be played in support of the Nelson Mandela Foundation in honor of the centenary of the South African legend. And the game, which takes place following the 16th edition of Basketball Without Borders Africa, is scheduled for August 4th at the Sun Arena at Times Square in Pretoria, South Africa. And Team Africa comprised of players like Joel Embiid, who plays for the Philadelphia 76ers. There's Al-Farouk Aminu, who plays for the Portland Trail Blazers, and of course the Tigers of Nigeria. There's Bismarck Biyombo, who plays for the Orlando Magic, Sheikh Diallo, who plays for the New Orleans Pelicans. There's Ivan Funia, who plays for Orlando Magic, and Serge Ibaka, who plays for Toronto Raptors. There's also Timothy Luwawu Kabarot, who plays for the 76ers, and Pascal Siakam, who plays for the Raptors. And the Team World would have Demar DeRozan, who plays for the Raptors. There's Harrison Barnes, who plays for Dallas Mavericks, Danilo Gallinari, who plays for the LA Clippers, and Rudy Gay, who plays for San Antonio Spurs, Chris Middleton, who plays for Milwaukee Bucks, and Hassan Whiteside, who plays for Miami Heat. And that one, well, we're wishing Team Africa and Team World well as they honor the great man, talking about Nelson Mandela. And that's all for Sport Update on Plus TV Africa. For more news, go to our website at plustv.com. I am Udoka Njoku. Do enjoy the rest of your day.